All right, so today we're going to be converting 3D units. Our first unit is 2 million centimeters cubed, and we're going to put that into meters cubed. If you'll look in our top corner, I have a little key, and it says 1 centimeter is equal to 1/100th of a meter. Personally, I like to also think of this as 100 centimeters is equal to 1 meter. I find that number is a little bit easier to work with, especially in large numbers like what we have over here. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 2 million centimeters cubed, and I only have one of them. I'm going to put them over 1 because we are going to be multiplying these and we need to put them into fraction form. When we multiply these two fractions, I want to make sure that they cancel each other out. So that being said, I'm going to put my 100 centimeters across from my original centimeters. The reason I do that is because I want them to cross cancel. And then at the top, I'm going to put my 1 meter because that's what we're trying to figure out, is how many meters there are in 2 million centimeters. The one thing that we're going to run into is that these are cubed. Cubed being it's times by itself by 3. So if I have 5 cubed, that means I have 5 times 5 times 5. This section of my problem is not cubed. It hasn't been times by itself 3 times. So in order for this to cancel each other out, they need to be cubed. So 1 meter cubed, 1 times 1 times 1 is just going to give me 1. That's going to stay the same, which effectively cancels this problem out. So 1 and 1. But I also need to figure out what 100 times 100 times 100 is. Now, 100 times 100 times 100 gives me 1 million. Oops. So now, instead of 100 centimeters cubed, I can rewrite that as 1 million. And now I have my two parts. So we cubed this, I'm going to cross that out. So now I have the two things that are left, and I can put them over each other. So I have 2 million. Lots of zeros today, all over 1 million. And when we have a fraction, we also know that a fraction is a division problem. So if I have 2 million divided by 1 million, just gives me 2. So I know that 2 million centimeters cubed is equal to 2 meters cubed. And that is going to give me my answer. Looking at my next conversion, let's practice this, which is converting 3D units, but instead of working with centimeters and meters, we are going to be working with feet and inches. So as you may know, there are 12 inches in 1 foot. But, like we said, these are cubed. So we need to figure out what these are cubed. 1 times 1 times 1, again, just 1, so the 1 stays the same, but we need to figure out what 12 times 12 times 12 is. So 12 cubed, which for the sake of time, I'm going to use my calculator. So 12 times 12 we know is 144, so 144 times 12 is the same as 1,728. And I'm going to put that is equivalent to 1 cubic foot, because we know that these cubic feet, 1 times 1 times 1 stays the same. But I'm not done. This is my cubic inches, and I need to compare that to my 24 feet that I have. So if I have 24 cubic feet, I need to times that by my 1,728, because we already scaled our 12 inches, which is our original scale. Because if I was just doing 24 feet and not cubing it, then I would just worry about my 12. But since we cubed it, we are just worried about this new number, 1,728, because that's 12 cubed. So I'm going to do 24 feet times 1,728. Again, for the sake of time, I am going to be using my calculator. So if I have 1,728 times 24, that's giving me 41,472, which is a really large number. And that tells us how many inches there are. So I know that 24 feet cubed is the same as 41,472 cubic inches cubed.